Most habits don't fail because you're lazy, and they don't fail because you lack motivation. They fail because they don't fit into real life. We tend to blame ourselves when habits don't stick, but usually the problem isn't you, it's the way that the habit was designed. So today, I'm sharing 5 simple research backed ways to make habits actually stick without needing more willpower. Tip number 1: build identity based habits. Most people start habits focused on the outcome. I want to be healthier. I want to be more productive. But habits stick best when they're tied to identity, to who you believe you are, and to who you're becoming. Every small action you take is a vote for that identity. You don't become a reader by setting a huge reading goal. You become a reader by reading 1 page a day. And you don't become a healthy eater by trying to be perfect. You become one by choosing nutritious foods more often than not. An organized person makes the bed every morning, not because it's impressive, but because it reinforces who they are. The habit isn't the goal, the identity is. When habits are connected to identity, they stop feeling like chores. You're no longer acting based on how you feel in the moment. You're acting in alignment with the person that you're becoming. Tip number 2: make the habit obvious. If a habit is vague, it will not stick. The I'll do it later is where habits go to die. Your brain loves clarity and resists ambiguity. When a habit is undefined, your brain has to work harder to figure out when and how to do it. And when something requires extra thinking, we tend to postpone or skip it altogether. That's why the more specific you make a habit, the less energy it requires. Every habit should have a clear cue, a clear time, and a clear space when possible. So, not the habit of I'll journal more, but after I pour my morning coffee, I will journal for 5 minutes at my desk. This removes decision fatigue. There's no debate or any delay, just action. The clearer the habit, the less your brain has to negotiate. Tip 3: use habit stacking. Habit stacking is one of the simplest ways to build consistency because it works with your existing routine instead of against it. Instead of trying to remember a brand new habit, you attach it to something that you already do automatically. That existing habit becomes the cue. For example, when I go on my daily walk, I pair it with an audiobook or an educational podcast. After I shut down my laptop for the day, I write tomorrow's top 3 priorities. And after I get into bed, I read 10 pages instead of scrolling. You're not asking yourself to remember something new. You're using a habit that already happens as the trigger. The key is to stack the new habit onto something that's already consistent, not something you hope to do. And over time, the two habits will become linked. One naturally leads to the other. And when habits flow together like that, consistency becomes easier because it gives the habit a clear place to land. Tip number 4: make it small, really small. If a habit feels heavy, shrink it. Most habits fail because we aim too big, too fast, especially at the beginning. That's where the 2 minute rule comes in. Start with a version of the habit that feels too easy, whether it's 2 minutes, 1 page, or one small action. The goal is to make starting frictionless. For me, this shows up in my morning routine. My non negotiables are making my bed, doing 3 key stretches, and sitting for 5 minutes of meditation. They're simple enough that I'm able to stay consistent. Once I start, the momentum often follows. But even when it doesn't, I've still shown up. Small habits keep the habit alive. Tip number 5: never miss twice. This one is critical. Missing a day does not break a habit. Life happens, schedules shift, energy dips. What usually breaks habits is the spiral that comes after. The I missed yesterday, so what's the point? That thought is often what turns a small miss into giving up altogether. That's why the rule is simple: never miss twice. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to come back with no guilt, no internal punishment running through your head, just a return. Habits stick when we stop treating inconsistency like failure and we keep going anyway. I recommend picking one of these tips and applying it this week to see what changes for you. And if you found this video helpful, I would love if you took a moment to like and subscribe. I share new videos every Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.